Today in status quo, we can only assess maybe one or two options for how we want to tackle a water wastewater treatment plant project. And so we assess it, we design it, we construct it, and then maybe 5, 6, 7, 10 years later, we have this operating asset that may or may not reflect the reality that that asset is now operating in because it's been 10 years
Hmm.
since we made those decisions with imperfect information. Now, when you bring software into the picture in the earliest phases of projects and you allow generative engineering or engineering that assesses and develops multiple options with multiple variables as early as the planning phase of a project, you can assess a whole range of outcomes and possibilities that you couldn't have otherwise. So you can look at things like what's the total capital cost going to be if I assess 10 different technologies? What's the site footprint going to look like if I choose this technology over this one? What does it look like if we bring in, call it, if we assess a population that grows by 1 million people over the next decade versus 500,000 versus 100,000? And the computer can crunch all of these options with engineering grade logic and provide answers that we wouldn't have access to otherwise. So ultimately, you're making a better decision. You're building a better asset. You may or may not be saving money. You don't know, at least in the short term, but in the long term, you most likely are.